everyone, it's me, Demetra Kaye of the Demetra Kaye Show here on YouTube and a proud contributor of the African Diaspora News channel. If you could do me a favor and please subscribe to these channels and also like this video, I would greatly appreciate it. So this video is actually very unfortunate and very sad. It's a multifaceted story, but first I want to start with the story of Melanie Lyons, who was a teenager who was actually murdered on her birthday. So before we get started, please take a look at this clip.
Tonight, a community gathered to remember a Louisiana teen, a young girl whose life was taken back almost 1 week ago.
She was stabbed to death inside a Walmart in Lake Charles. The deadly stabbing happened at the Walmart on Highway 14. The suspected girls responsible are ages 12, 13, and 14 years old. News 10's Neil ZERINGUE reports on her vigil in Lake Charles.
Melanie Lyons was stabbed and killed at the Walmart behind me last Saturday by teenagers. That's what most of the world knows about her. But tonight, family, friends, and loved ones came together to remember who she really was and encourage more kids to be like her.
You are my strength. Nobody wants to bury their child. Nobody. To see her come out there on a Walmart on a stretcher with no life. I can't imagine nobody going through that.
The emotions are still raw for Melanie Lyons' family 6 days after she was killed. The country girl who loved to ride horses and dance on TikTok was celebrating her 15th birthday when her death was broadcasted through social media.
It hurt. To see it, it hurted me the most because that wasn't her.
It can happen to anybody. It happened to my sister on her birthday.
To Lawrence Senegal, his sister's death is something parents can learn from to be better in life.
It does start in your home. It starts in your home and people taking actions for their kids and taking care of their kids how they're supposed to.
Melanie's cousins are both mothers and believe the responsibility lies on the child too.
That baby was so precious, loving, always had a smile on her face. They didn't have to do that. It was senseless. It was unnecessary. Like, we gotta do better.
The family was really blown away by the amount of support they saw tonight. Mel's father and mother were too hurt to speak. Her funeral will be Saturday, February 6th. Reporting in Lake Charles, Neil ZERINGUE, KFY News 10.
So as you just saw, that was a story of Melanie Lyons, a 15-year-old who was celebrating her birthday on the same day that she was murdered by 4 teenagers ranging from 12 to 14. They followed her into a Walmart. Before that, her sister and herself, they were at a movie celebrating again for her birthday. And sounds like the melee started at the movies. And so Melanie and her sister ran to the Walmart for safety, you know, just really to get away from it all, thinking it would be over. And it wasn't over. The teenagers followed them into a Walmart where they found some knives. You know, Walmart has knives, and commenced to fighting with Melanie. And as the main assailant, who is 14, by the way, actually she's 13, so yeah, she's not quite 14 yet, she's 13. As she was swinging on Melanie, she had a knife in her hand and actually ended up stabbing Melanie to death, where she bled there on the floor of Walmart. Now, as I said, it's multifaceted with sadness because, you know, for one, who expects to be murdered on their birthday, right? No one. So this is where the story kind of takes a turn for me. And I have some inside information about the stories because we, when I say we, I'm on another show called The War Zone that airs Monday through Friday on Facebook. And one of my co-hosts, we call the 5-star general, Gary Monroe, is actually in contact with Melanie's family. He's actually going to do the eulogy at her funeral. And so we did a story on it last Friday, and the grandmother was saying that, you know, the girls were harassing her, you know, way before that. And unfortunately, as you guys know, her life was taken due to that. Now, the girls have been arrested and they are being held, obviously, without bond. And so this is where it kind of gets, you know, the rubber hits the road for me. So as I was saying on the show, we talked about it, and we got into a conversation about parenting or the lack thereof, right? And so one of the girls' mother, and I won't mention the kids' names because they are minors, and so, you know, we just want to leave it at that for now. But the girl's mother, Erica Rochelle, she saw the show and she wasn't happy with what we were saying about her parenting skills. And, you know, I'll just say what I said. I believe that these kids did what they did due to the lack of parenting, right? And so she got all mad about it. And I want you guys to look at this clip about what Erica has to say.
I'm not the type of parent that allows or that let my kids do whatever it is they want to do. Like we all know, we can raise our children to the best of our ability. You know, some of them part ways when we're not looking, some of them don't. So if we want to talk about parenting, we're going to start there. Let's start with parenting. Because the reflection of my parenting was in the videos and the pictures that y'all seen, that the whole world seen. A characteristic of one of her character was in the videos that y'all seen and the pictures that y'all seen. The whole world seen. So before y'all start bashing and pointing the fingers, y'all need to put yourselves in the other parent's shoe for a moment. Bethany is not a troubled child. Never have been. I got 9 kids, 7 girls and 2 boys. And I don't know how my other children gonna feel about it, but Bethany is my best. Bethany is considerate. She understands me. She'll listen. She's compassionate. She's smart. She's very respectable. There's nobody that can come back and tell me that she was disrespectful to them. No adult. Because that's not how I raised her. She's not raised like that. She's too scared of what's going to happen if that sort of things come back to me. She only worried about what I'm going to think and how I'm going to feel. That's why I didn't see her. So for those of y'all who was, you know, trying to figure it out and this and that and the other, she was the 4th person. And I'm going to leave that part at that.
All right, so as you saw there, Miss Rochelle was defending the character of her daughter who was involved in the murder of 15-year-old Melanie Lyons. Again, Melanie was murdered on her birthday. And I want to keep saying that because, you know, as we were covering the story, I was moved to tears because I'm like, who expects to be murdered for their birthday, right? And so as you saw, Erica Rochelle was, you know, basically saying she's a good parent, and she actually called her daughter that was involved in the murder of Melanie her best. Now, you also heard her say that she has 9 children. 9 children, okay? That's not unusual. A lot of people have, you know, a plethora of children. But what she didn't tell you is that she also has a son who has been indicted for murder in 2018 for murdering a 56-year-old man by the name of Scott DeVille. Okay, now Scott DeVille one morning was getting ready to go to work, and unbeknownst to him, Erica's son, Hakeem, was in his car. And then her son shoots him to death, all right? So she has 9 children, and 2 of which who are in jail on murder charges. And so she's trying to defend her parenting and saying that, you know, oh, you know, the child that's involved in the murder of Melanie Lyons was her best. And I'm like, how? Okay, you know what? Maybe in her opinion, that was her best. But I just want to say this, you know, because this story is still developing. They're going to put Melanie to rest on the 6th of February, this coming Saturday. But not only is one life gone of a child, but 4 more other lives of children are gone due to their participation in the murder. So Erica was mad because we said that the children should do the time. And I said, not only should the children do the time, I said the parents should do the time with the children, because for one, what is your 12-year-old daughter doing outside without your supervision? Running around Walmart, fighting with other people, and being involved in a murder at 12. Like how? And so while I don't normally advocate children go to jail, but you know, there's another video that I don't want to show you because it is very disturbing, because you actually see her get stabbed and die. But as these girls, after they got done fighting and stabbing Melanie, they are running out. Now, mind you, these girls went live, okay? They went live to, I don't know, I think it was TikTok, I don't know, whoever they went live to, Instagram probably, went live, and they're laughing and running out the store talking about, yeah, I stabbed her, I don't give a, you know, this, that, so what, yeah, I just bragging and laughing about taking a girl's life. And so, to me, that is of something that monsters do, right? And again, I know we're talking about children, but I don't care what you say, anybody else says. There are a lot of children out there who are monsters, but I also believe, just like Frankenstein, monsters are made due to parenting or the lack thereof. And I will also say this, because, you know, as this Erica and Rochelle was talking, and I was watching the video, I said, oh, okay, well, she is who we thought she was. Because I took the liberty to go on her page, and you guys can find her on Facebook, Erica Rochelle. And let's just say that's some of the things that a lot of the things that she posted about is not something a mother should talk about, especially on social media. Everything you can think of, from the ratchetness to the overt sex acts and the thuggery and all of these things. But she's talking about she's a good parent, but her 12-year-old is running around with a pack of girls stabbing another girl to death, and she has a son waiting to be go to trial for murdering somebody, for being in his car and shooting him to death. That's 2 out of 9 of your children who are looking at a murder charge. And so I want to say this to you guys. We as Black people, and I'm only talking to Black people because that's what this channel does. We talk to Black people. We have better get very clear and very certain about who we are going to raise and put out there in that world, right? If it means you putting your cell phones down and, you know, paying not a little bit more, but a lot more attention to your children and actually being their parent and not their friends, if you don't do those things, we are in big trouble. Because the children are the future, and if those are the type of children we're raising, we are doomed, right? And so I can go on and on forever. Again, as I said, this is a very sad story. I will be doing a little bit more follow-up on it as we get more information about it, but very sad on so many levels, y'all. So many levels. And so for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show on YouTube. Peace.